Hello, hello, I'm Rangru,
And I'm Graham.
and we're here today with another 1v1 from the Wargame
Mm,
Bootcamp Discord Elite Tournament. We're on
elite.
Highway to Seoul. Who do we have playing, Graham?
So on the left-hand side here, we have Feanor playing Landjet Mechanize. And on our right-hand side, we have the GrapeJelly Man playing USSR General, already opening up with the helicopters.
Yeah, he's going to be rushing right in. We've seen GrapeJelly Man 2 weeks ago fighting against Blitzroar on
Mm,
D-Day in Paradise. He has the exact same USSR deck from last time. It didn't work well for him last time. He's going
yeah.
banking really hard in those KA-29s. But,
Yeah, he's a big fan of them, Ring. And
yeah.
also, I think in general, he really likes the more like elite infantry style of play for the Soviets, kind of forsaking any mainline infantry. So it's mainly VDV, Vorskaya, and Spetsnaz trying to get the job done.
Yeah, we're going to see how it plays out, especially against a mechanized deck, because those elite, like, Soviet troops are decent, but I
Right.
usually find they don't have, like, the infantry firepower compared to other nations. They're usually a bit more supreme in regards to their anti-tank capability.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see, especially on this map, Highway to Seoul, how does it play itself out? Mech decks, as we all know, they have a lot of mechanized infantry that they can put into the field, and they also bring us a significant amount of tank power. So I'm curious to see like if he's able to keep up with it. I'm not sure why this peace rhyme was called out by Feanor
Oh,
there, but it immediately goes down to the Big 29, and the Big 29 then going down to the F4F though. But I think that's a decent trade there for Grape Jellyman.
yeah, I mean, those peace shrines can be an absolute pain in the ass, especially for your T-72s. And he only has
Yes.
two of them, so that's one already down, so not bad at all. I think that's definitely a worthwhile trade.
Yeah, especially because we can see the decks, knowing that Grape Jellyman does have big 25s, but he also has an SU-27M card in his deck as well. So he still has the ability to bring out fighter aircraft. But losing Peace Rhines could be a huge pain for most German players.
Yeah, yeah. I really do like Grape Jellyman's deck. It's something I wouldn't play, but it's a very atypical Soviet deck. It's much more focused on elite stuff and some rather oddball units.
Yeah, and we see here the K-29s doing what they do best. 80mm rockets kind of raining in here on these M4A1s. But he hasn't really hit any of the mainline infantry yet. So we see the Dragoneers and the Panzergrens going ahead and hitting the Morskaya. But the rockets here just completely running into these Martyr 2s, getting some nice chunks of AP on them.
Yeah,
AP off.
there's a Hind coming around the backline here.
Oh, wow, you're right. Then there's
Oh my
nothing on the
god.
backside there to cover it. Yeah, that MI-24D is coming in really hot here. Backline assault. And we'll see if it actually is able to book a reservation in a hotel.
Yeah, there's no base defense at all, but he's not reconnaissance, so he's gonna have a hard time spotting the infantry. And if
No, but the MG3 is going to open up.
oh, you idiot! You
Yeah,
should have held fire.
he didn't have it turned off here. And so we see the
Yep.
MI-24. It's going to be quick. We're
Oh
going to
my
CD.
god.
Yep, and he gets it done right there.
Yeah.
The Luke's here coming up with his 20 mil trying to engage, but it's actually first couple shots missing. Though there we go. We see some hips, turbine failure, and it should get the kill here, but the damage might have already been done.
Oh, that was a spicy attack. I don't think that would be too detrimental here for Fenor, because on Highway to Shore you always have the closest spawn point. But it's definitely going to slow him down, as he needs to regain Hotel for the corridor. So he's going to have to spend time getting the CV, buying one, bringing it back to Hotel, and retaking his room.
Yeah, and we see here he's actually kind of cleaning up a lot of stuff with his K-29s, but the main push of Fenor is going in really hot here between Echo and Delta. Bunch of infantry, M41s, reconnaissance out front, automatics, and it looks like he's going to try. I mean, honestly, he could just go straight for Bravo. There's nothing in front of him. There's 4 BTRDs, Skrezets with VDV coming, but if he can get his Leopard on the road there, he can intercept it and completely stop that push. Or
Yeah,
the
this
counter.
is a crazy opening. I mean, you've seen the KO-29s fall back for ammunition. I mean, Fenor's push into Bravo is... We might actually see a successful Bravo push.
Yeah, it's looking like it here. He needs to get the Leopard up on the road and start engaging, and the automatic tearing
Oh,
in along with the Leopard. Those VDV are instantly dismounted there. They're going to have to go across that bridge. But he doesn't even need to stop. Honestly, he should just keep going. I mean, he's pulling back there, but there really isn't much threat.
yeah, he really just needs to send it. I do love this momentum. I can have a sense that both players can just kind of feel the battlefield, because
Yeah.
you know, a lesser player wouldn't do a like stupid push into Bravo. essentially. They would be playing it much more, reactive. No crap, my CV got hit in the spawn. But no, he's sending it again. He has the firepower. He has the capabilities to really do some damage and take an eye for an eye.
Automatic just annihilating that MI-24D there. And we see the K-29s are unable to engage because they wasted their ammo. Or I guess they wouldn't waste it, but they engaged with their and use up their ammunition in golf. And this push is going in. We see this infantry. It's going to get into this town complex where the CV's at. The VDV have been gunned down in the open here by the Recon Leopard 1. And the automatic opening up on the MiG-21 here, and it's going to get the kill. Absolute Chad. And I think Bravo will go down here.
We're not even 6 minutes into this match, and this is nuts. This is breaking all the conventions in high rate of Shore right here. You do not see this type of playstyle.
No, this is absolute insanity here. Massive, honestly, amazing push here by Feanor, recognizing that the way the deployment was set up by the GrapeJelly man, he couldn't have a lot of substance in his front line, and he didn't. And by sending that mechanized infantry and armor forward, he's now taken Bravo, and I don't know how the GrapeJelly man is going to be able to reclaim it.
Yeah, this is... I mean, honestly, killing Bravo is definitely much more impressive than knocking out Hotel, because that is a forward spawn point. And, right. I mean, GrapeJelly man still has a good hold on the southern edge of the map, so he can regain his forces, and make a push. But if Bravo gets capped, that's going to really change the dynamic of this game.
And I think that has to be the immediate concern for Feanor, is get a CV into Bravo, forget airplanes, forget anything else, lock down Bravo, and then start pushing towards Alpha and in this game immediately. I mean, just to see, I think the GrapeJelly man's round rank, he bought 2 VDV units just for the Skrezits for base defense, and now he's walking those VDV units over to Bravo. I think he's a little rattled by what this push has done to him. And we see the K-29s going in, knowing there's automatics in Bravo.
Yeah, and he is going to take some automatic fire very shortly here. I don't know how well his K-29s are going to do. They're going to be able to knock out a few of his APCs, but just have one automatic will be more than enough to knock it out. Yeah, SU-24?
Oh, really good move here. Yes.
Fuck.
Some C missions coming in. So now there's no AA in this zone here. The K-29s can clean up. Though they're not going to be able to kill, obviously, the Leopards. It is going to force Feanor to have probably a little pause here.
I was not expecting that, but what a big brain move bringing in an SU-24, because now those K-29s pretty much have free reign to start clearing up and softening up Bravo. The VDV troops are going to take a little bit to get in, but he's going like really hard in helicopters. And it's not even really good helicopters. It's not like KA-52s, KA-50s, or Mi-28s, like the fancy ATGM stuff. It's all just cheaper rockets and gunfire helicopters, but it's working for him. It's working really well.
We see another automatic call here by Feanor. He needs to be careful. He's left the radar on there for the automatic. This SU-24 is on the prowl. If it goes a little deeper towards that spawn point, it will be able to launch its anti-radar missile, but he's not. He's got it on. He's kind of patrolling the backline here, so he should be okay. But that's something he needs to take into account, as we know there is seed on the map.
Yeah, most of Feanor's anti-air is actually radar-based. I mean, he does have the Gepard with, I believe, Stinger missiles, but that's the closest thing he's got. He has the budget.
The Gepard has actually opened up with its radar. Its guns shooting, and we see another anti-radiation missile out. Oh, but it misses.
Oh.
SU-25T coming in. Yeah, he's coming trying to clean these Leopard 2A1s up. He actually needs to... Oh, and it gets the snipe.
You never see an SU-25T in 1v1s.
No, it's super expensive. I do worry long-term, because there is an F4F here coming out. AMRAAM's letting loose.
He's going right in. He's sending it.
The SU-25T took the hit here. It's actually trying to get on the tail of this F4.
If he wasn't stunned, he could kill him.
Well, he's going to open up right now. He's got air-to-air missiles. And the buck from the back getting the kill there.
What the hell is this match, Graham?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is absolute insanity. The GrapeJelly man needs to evac that SU-25T. Their automatic is in position. Oh, it's going to open. Oh, but it gets sniped by the SU-25T. And the other one's going to go down because he's spotted by the Spetsnaz.
What the fuck?
F4F actually coming in to try and clean up here. But the damage has been done. That SU-25T. Oh, it's going to get away.
Oh, my God.
Only one AMRAAM hit. Oh, the Sidewinder. Sidewinder hits, but it's going to take... Wow.
Wow, that was like an ace combat mission right yeah. He just went in and blew up all the ground targets, even getting into dogfights as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and this is also actually really bad. I want to turn your attention to Foxtrot. The Spetsnaz GRU has snuck into
whoa.
Foxtrot. It's on the hunt for the CV. These two M41A1s are trying to get up there as Feanor drops smoke to cover his CV. And this game has now gotten what looked like great. It looked like Feanor was in the driver's seat. Is now absolutely insane.
This is like completely escalated and like multiple levels. And we're only 10 minutes in. I'm speechless. I'm
Yep.
honestly speechless from just how like both players are playing this fantastically so far.
Yeah, both players are trading blows all across the map here. I really think that the GrapeJelly Man did a massive amount of damage there, taking out, I believe, three automatics, a Gepard, an F4F. But on the flip side, he has lost Bravo.
Yep.
So, and Bravo is in contention to the VDV opening up, getting a snipe there in the Martyr 1. So they are creating some havoc there, but it is a very fluid situation on the ground. On the
Yeah.
Spetsnaz, they're going to get this kill. Oh, it's 1 HP. The CV's 1 HP.
And then the Walker Bulldogs.
The Walker Bulldog trying to get up close and personal here on top of these GRU. And the CV
Wow.
survives with one. Seed SU-24 back up over the battlefield here. And we see a K-29 from the GrapeJelly Man, but it's not going to Bravo. It looks like it's going to Charlie. I get that you want to get the point lead here if you're the GrapeJelly Man, but I think trying to reclaim Bravo is more important at this current time.
Yeah. It really feels like GrapeJelly Man to just be playing an airborne deck at this point.
Yes.
He's doing it really well playing an airborne style, but yeah, it's just crazy to see how much he's invested in air assets. He hasn't even really brought any tanks. It's just been helicopters and infantry and airplanes.
Yeah, it does feel very much like he's playing an airborne deck. He does cap Charlie here, so it does stop the point tick from Feanor. But Feanor has, he's at least still contesting Bravo, has a presence, has Echo, and is contesting in Delta as well. Actually, get the M41 Bulldogs getting a kill on some VDV there, forcing the Buck to have to reposition.
Yeah, but
The
Bravo.
K-29
Yeah,
back over.
I feel like things are actually starting to calm down a bit. Bravo's gonna get cleared out. GrapeJelly Man, he really should get a CV into Bravo ASAP, and then we'll probably just have more of a standard fight over the Delta Echo area. But still,
Well,
go
yeah,
ahead.
so I was gonna say he's out. I believe he's out of infantry CVs, so he's gonna have to call out either his BMD2 or his T80 UKs. So it's gonna be a little expensive. We'll have to see like what he decides. Well, then again, he brings his infantry CV in at K-29, so it's not like that's cheap.
Oh,
But we see the Buck actually opening up, firing at the Finnick right there. Each one getting a kill, so it's down to one missile there. But the Finnick 20 mil is going down in a pile of rubble as they get hit by a giant Buck missile.
I mean, both sides have taken like pretty heavy casualties. I mean, Feanor only really has that one Leopard Tray 1, and then just a bunch of like lighter tanks and a few just frontline Dragonair infantry. While GrapeJelly Man is pretty stretched out with his helicopters and marines and VDV troops.
Yeah, a big thing too. So we see these Ka-29s. They're still repositioning as it looks like Feanor is going to finally start unloading his Stinger, essentially his Stinger infantry, which is a nice call here. He knows there's seed in play. Might as well get some Stingers up to help deal with these this helo assault, because he really does enjoy his helicopters at a point where I think it. I mean, hey, you play what helps you win, rank, but I think some armor here, some substance could be really important for him the longer this game goes on. As we see Stinger missile going out, he got a side shot there on the Ka-29. That armor playing a critical factor in keeping it alive, but it should go down there. Yep.
Yeah,
Perfect
just
one.
these ambush Fliegerfaust should be more than enough to keep your helicopters at bay. I mean, these Ka-29s, they're not ATGM helis. The only way they're going to be effective is getting in close to the rockets. And, well, the Stinger has a longer range than those rockets. And they're cheaper.
Yeah, it's and we can see it really quick. The SU-25T is coming back in as well. Really ballsy moves here. Because SU-25T he's kind of using his missiles to pick off transports. Though both, it looks like both Stinger teams go down.
Yeah, and using those SU... Oh, here comes F4KWS. Will we see fighter response here from Grape? No, not yet. But yeah, using those SU-25Ts is risky because it can be, an extreme powerhouse unit as we see in the right situation. But to really make it work, you have to linger it on the battlefield, and that's risky. Oh, it's coming in? I'll just shoot.
Yeah, we just see the F4F is, yeah, he's gonna, looks like he's gonna try and come in here. He needs the AMRAMs to hit. First one comes out, and it does actually get a hit, but only doing 2 HP damage. And the MiG-25 has now been called out, so he has 2-1 here, and the SU-25T with having 2 R-73As does give it some fire, some, air-to-air capability.
Yeah. Oh, is the automatic going to engage? Yes, he is. Going to get an ambush shot on the MiG-25 close range. Working really well for him.
Oh, and the automatic actually going to open up here in the SU-25T.
Oh!
SU-25T, though, getting the kill, and it finally goes down. But you have to say he's a hero of the Soviet Union for the raw amount of damage he put out.
Yeah, he's pretty much been the most effective siege plane for GrapeJelly Man so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
and we see
nuts.
A lot of helos, though, just went down again there for the GrapeJelly Man. And Roland 3s are now coming to the battlefield. He needs to be careful. He's leaving his radars on. And his SC-25 could actually clean up if he gets both hits here. So one missile out, automatic going to go, misses actually. Second one gets the hit though. And he's going to make it out alive too.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you're definitely right. He needs to start investing in ground forces because he's just being a run-trick pony of the aircraft and helicopters, and that can only work for so long. Eventually, it's very easy to build up an effective anti-aircraft net, especially in Wargame. And when that gets set up here, if it does get set up, unless these seaplanes keep doing their role, Feanor can just, roll on through, because there's not much substantial fighting units on the front line. It's just VDV unsupported.
Yeah, and that's a big thing here, where there are mortars in play for Feanor. He can, and as we see it, he can use them. He does have Panzergrins as well. So I really just think Feanor needs to build up a little more strength, and he honestly can keep probing at Golf, and then he can cap Echo, because Echo's fully under his control, as he does cap Delta here to end the point tick for GrapeJelly Man. And he has a still strong force in Delta.
Yeah. I feel like Feanor definitely has a slight momentum advantage. I mean, the southern flank can definitely come into play here from GrapeJelly Man, but is this still anyone's game?
No, it's definitely anyone's game to lose at this point or win. We see a T-72A being called here by the GrapeJelly Man. I guess I'm not really sure how much is going to get done here. We see 2 more Ka-29s called out into the north, and he's just really doubles down on the Marine infantry in the Ka-29. And it's been I'm not quite sure how effective it's been. I think it's mixed results.
Yeah, it's a weird helicopter. It is pretty good. It has, the slight frontal armor. It has really good rockets. It is pretty expensive at 40 points, but I know it's always been kind of like a weird meme unit for Russia. Like, you see some people use the Ka-29s, but not often. It's usually just at modest Shrekley and VDV and Scratch It spam.
Yeah, it feels like it's very expensive, right? We're talking like that's a 65-point infantry unit buy. So to buy 2 of them at once, right? We're talking it's been a little bit to build up that force. And actually here we see it going in. He's not even landing. I thought this was, oh, there he goes. Now he's gonna actually land him. I thought he was gonna land him. Oh, but the Luke's getting side shots, and though the Ka-29 should be able to deal with it.
That little bit of frontal armor does. And the 10 HP. Oh, yeah, it does have 10 HP, so it is actually quite tanky. But the Marine infantry making the airborne assault here and going to be getting that very important village.
Yeah, they're going to take that village there. The M41 getting some shots in to the Marines as they start advancing forward. We see some Stingers brought up as well into Delta. Smart move there by Feanor. He knows there's a lot of planes in play, a lot of aircraft in general in play. We see Panzergren 90 coming up into Golf there with a Martyr 2. I like to see that try and clear out the Skrezit as these VDV and these Morskaya Pehota are kind of trying to still cling on to the toehold that he has in Golf.
Yeah. We are seeing Feanor invest a little bit more now. He's got those Panzer Grenadiers, which are pretty good infantry. And, I mean, Feanor, he's playing the mech deck. He can afford to just keep spamming the infantry. He's going to win that fight, especially against, a Soviet deck, because the Soviet infantry just aren't as good in that infantry and infantry engagement, really.
Yeah, I mean, he does have... So the big thing is he does have VDV and he does have the Marines, but he's burned through a lot of both. And that puts a timer on the longer the game goes on. If you're trading out infantry at a high rate against a mechanized deck, and you have no, like frontline, mainline infantry, like 20-point infantry unit, it can get very expensive to keep fighting in the game. And that's my big worry for the GrapeJelly Man the longer this goes on. Because it doesn't feel
Oh,
like...
Leopardrone Run's going to snipe CV and Charlie. Sorry to
Oh, yeah.
interrupt.
No.
Oh, jumps in.
Yeah, he puts it into the Screzit there. The Leopard 1A1 trying to retarget. Getting the side shot. It survives with 1 HP. They get to low. Oh, it's going to die here.
That's pretty pathetic for a Leopardrone Run not being able to kill bloody Screzit in a single shot.
Yeah, on the side.
Yeah,
so,
that gun is bad.
But we also see here, it looks like the Panzer Grins, the Dragonaires are all moving in. The Martyr 2s push them in golf. And I think that GrapeJelly Man is going to lose control of this side. And I worry that that's going to cost him the game here. We see another K-29 coming in. But there's also a push going back into Bravo. These Dragonaires pushing right up top with the 2A1 support. VDV going down. He needs to get these T-72As in combat right away, Ring.
Yeah, it's going to really come down to these tanks. I mean, that Laboratory 1 can definitely blap a lot of those T-72s, but at close range, those T-72s can also be quite deadly, especially with the numbers.
Yeah, and so the SC-24 comes in, gets another kill on an AA piece. I'd say very sloppy radar control here from Feanor. It seems like he's unaccustomed to having to micro them on and off. And so we see this Roland now having to push
Leopard
up.
2 coming in. Oh, it's going to get dicey. Oh, it takes half damage.
He's dropping Livgard right there. Carl Gustav shots going out. As we see the K-29 trying to provide some more fire support. But Stinger's opening up here on a 1. Let's see if he gets the kill.
He's sending the T-72s in.
The K-29 just down 1 HP, taking the shot there. But that T-72 is going to take another Carl Gustav round. He's getting really sloppy here. But up in the north, Mi-24 VP's coming in.
Where did these guys come from?
He's just... Honestly, he should play airborne. The amount of helicopters being deployed here. Though, I mean, it might work out. But the automatic actually is in the back line. The SC-24 needs to peel out of there. It took a hit. That Roland, and now he really is microing these radars. Mi-24P is going in. They're trying to find some kills, snipe some CVs. The automatic needs to get in position. No, it's going the wrong way here. There it goes. It opened up. It's going to be able to get the southern one. Oh, but it's just out of range.
What is he going to kill the CV in Delta? No.
He's with the rolling on. The SC-24 actually misses its shot here, and it goes down to the the Gepard.
Wow. What a dynamic match this has been. We've seen CV snipes, helicopter maneuvers, but it seems like now that Feanor has definitely, started playing his AA game up. The radar controller's coming in hot, and I think it's going to be hard here for GrapeJelly Man to keep up any momentum. That was an expensive loss, losing 2 VPs like that.
Yeah, that was really expensive. All those K-29s going down as well. Though the VDV does get the 2A1 there. All T-72s went down. Livgarden died, but they traded out some infantry as well. So honestly, really dirty, very intense gameplay from both players, like a knife fight here, or 2 punch-drunk boxers just duking it out in the middle of the ring until one of them falls out. It's been intense.
We're seeing Feanor clearing out Gulf. He's bringing up at Leopard 1 CV, the Facatoria. Gonna be just doing some insurgency operations, trying to blap some of these lightly vehicles. Killer Bulldogs, not that bad, but yeah, it definitely feels like Feanor is starting to build up our mech gang armor, like just mech gang spam push.
Right, mech gang roll out. They're rolling deep right now, and I'm not sure how the GrapeJelly Man stops the momentum at this point. He's done an amazing job, I think, throughout the game of keeping it very close, very dynamic play. But there's not a lot of subs. At the end of the day, when you rely so heavily on helicopters, if you don't get critical damage done to your opponent and then follow that up with the infantry in place to hold the territory that you've really annihilated, you're going to lose the front line game here. And we see that it's just very weak in the front.
Yeah, in SD2 terms, he was really playing that like a Maverick deck, like just full on send early on, but he does not have that substance.
Yeah, no late game substance as we've gone past the halfway point here. It's a +2 for Feanor, and I really don't know how actually the GrapeJelly Man recoups that or stops this point tick at this point. He's lost a lot of CVs, as both players have, but it really is. It feels like he's running out of time to kind of get it back together here, and I don't think his deck ring has anything left that can allow him to kind of jump back up. Yeah,
he's making a push into the center here. He still has some rock. I say I'm somewhat under control, but he's actually starting to move out of it. But he's really relying on his T72As, which actually so far have done pretty good for him. But
Yeah.
against Leopard 1s, when they start coming up, they're gonna get blacked. We're seeing more KO29s.
Yeah, we see.
Repaired.
Yeah, it looks like the two remaining from the heavy combat earlier. But there's a Roland, there's an automatic already in place. There's a Gepard, I believe, somewhere. Yeah, it's over there by Golf, and it is a +2, and he's actually splitting them up here. So both are moving into pro, but there's plenty of AA reinforcements coming. Leopard 201, like you called out as well. So the T72A, while I do like it as an infantry support tank, Ring, it's not meant to go toe to toe with Leopard 2s.
Oh no, Leopard 2 is pretty much designed to blow out Bastard up.
Yeah, and we see the Ka-29 here coming in, dropping some more rockets, but this Flak Panzer Gepard is actually moving in position here pretty quick. Stinger's opening up from it. Yeah, he doesn't even need to turn the radar on for it. The Stinger should clean it up, and it does. Yep. And then the other one going down to the Roland.
Yeah. Yeah, the anti-aircraft net is on point now for Feanor.
Yeah, it seems very poetic that as the Ka-29s fall to the ground, so does GrapeJelly Man's chances of winning the game.
Yes! It was all down to those beluga helicopters, and
though he's not going out of that fight. We see the Moskaya Pahota backline ring by Foxtrot getting a kill on another AA piece. I don't know what it was back there, but they get the kill. And I don't even know if Feanor's actually noticed it.
Oh,
SU-24 going down. Yep, he turned his radars off, turned it back on right there as it flew over, getting the kill on the SU-24. Big pick for him.
MLG plays right, yeah. We've seen BTRTs is full on booking it right down into Foxtrot. Yeah. Don't know how far they're gonna make it, yo. They could. Oh no, there's the Carl Gustav.
Oh, those are Carl Gustavs, yeah. We're gonna see it go up right there. Yeah, one of them going down. He doesn't load the sappers, but they're kind of getting shot at from multiple sides. The mortars even firing their machine guns. That's how up close and personal this combat is.
Yeah. Superior's gonna try and get into that village complex, but no, they're just gonna get MG'd out in the open.
Yeah, and I don't... Yeah, I'm trying to look here and see, like, where can GrapeJelly Man get back into play, get back into it, and maybe try and even it up. But at a 204 to 75, +2 continuing, it seems very hard. It's very hard for me to see how he's going to be able to claw a win out of here.
It just doesn't have time. He can potentially regain Charlie and at least keep it defensive. He can't really push into Golf anymore. He can put something into Echo, and he can contest Delta, but that's 3 CVs, well, 2 CVs. He's got 1 into Echo right now, which he's going to need to buy, and that's a lot of points, which, like you said, he needs to catch up to, and he needs it now.
Yeah, I mean, capping the Echo does slow that down a little bit, but as we said, like, there's not a lot of substance left on the field for him, and this Moskaya Pahota, you know, T-72 charge, oh, what did they just get? They just blapped something. That T-72, though it took a Carl Gustav round, so it's pretty damaged here, but Leopard 2A1 pushing up as well. I mean, he could get his mortars in play, and actually he's doing it right as I talk about it.
And MH24 VP in the back here, and also Panda Grenadier is moving through.
Yeah, it's actually, he's on the hunt there, and he might, actually Roland pushing up forward here. It should be in range. Yeah, he should be able to open up on this VP. One shot out, it hits the VP. Is the VP going to get the kill? It does get the kill. But the Roland was out of ammo anyways at this stage of the game.
Wow. Wow. Just, I love how both players are just completely playing pretty much the entirety of the map. Most of the time we see it, it's just like a meat grinder in Delta, but we're seeing stuff north, south, east, stress, up and down, above, underground. It's like behind enemy lines. It's all over the place. Yeah,
this game has been a mess. Yeah. Like without a doubt. We see these Panzergrins actually still hunting in Bravo. I mean, if he just pulls them up a little bit forward, he'd be able to snipe the buck. MI-24 VP called out once again by the GrapeJelly Man. I mean, if it, you know, might as well keep sticking to your guns here. But there is an automatic still in play, so I'm not sure how much damage he's really going to be able to get done.
Yeah, and that Ray up Buck's move, and he could potentially get ambushed by the Panzergren.
You see the VP come in there and get a kill on the M41. Looks like he's trying to snipe something else. Oh, but the Flak Panzer rolls right into it, and we see the 20. Yep, the twin 35 mils right there just tear into him, and down she goes.
Yeah, and he turns the guns off immediately afterwards, which, yeah, just the fire control of that radar is that's really kind of saved him the game, because those early AA losses, by just not having him off, killed him. It just
it did a lot of damage there by not having him turned off, and I think it's just probably not used to a lot of players being seeded anymore at the current level. So just
yeah,
I think
especially
he got caught off guard by
SU25
it.
seed. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's very expensive, and it definitely paid for itself. But the problem, I think, then comes into it takes up so much time to get it, and there's so many units I think that you could put onto the battlefield to hold territory or push that you sacrifice for just a very expensive plane. And I
Yeah.
also think, Rang, like when you talk, like as the game's kind of reaching its conclusion here, when you talk about the GrapeJelly Man's deck, you mentioned that it hadn't changed. It's a I'm not sure if you need an SU25T and an SU27M. It feels like they do the same purpose, and they're both highly expensive. Like, when are you going to call out 400 points worth of anti-tank planes? It just seems
Yeah.
has
There's
like a
some
little.
weird choices in this deck, I find, like like both the MI24K and the KA52, all the
Yeah,
Grus. Like, it's a weird deck. It's honestly worked well for him so far, but
yeah.
as we're seeing, the problem with it is that he just does not have any depth with the deck. It's all very expensive powerhouse units.
Yeah, it feels the same way, kind of similar to when he played Blitzwar, which he was mech as well, right? When we casted that,
Yeah, he
was
was
in
Hugo Mech.
yeah, Hugo mech. Yeah, it just seems like you get into these grindy, dirty games with the mech players, and they don't have enough substance to last and go the distance. I mean, it's very exciting. It creates very dynamic gameplay. It's an absolute blast to watch, but it seems like they kind of the longer the game goes on, they run out of steam.
Yeah, like the Soviet Union in this game are always very focused on those very powerful super weapons. Kind of like with the US as well, with just all the crazy powerful equipment they have. But they
Right.
just don't have they don't have that really good, cheap, 15, 20 point shock infantry which you can spam. Which is what.
Yeah, we see here
Yeah.
absolutely. Panzergrins are back in Bravo. Dragonairs back in Bravo. It's crazy to think. I don't think I've ever seen any of our cast rank the Bravo push work, but he full sent it as that MI24D was in his spawn point, and I think it won the game right there.
Yeah, yeah, just really good counter attack. Oh, the SU-27M coming out. Who's he gonna blap?
I have no idea.
Lapper 2, automatic. He has options, but he's gonna start getting
Automatic
blapped.
opening up on the MI24, and he will go for it. Yep. But the Roland's actually going to open up here. One hit. Yep. Second missile away. Stinger actually out from the Gepard as well.
Oh.
Yeah, there goes the SU-27M. Kills one automatic. Almost lands on his BM2 land vehicle.
Yeah, that's a really huge loss at this point in the game. Just looking at the battlefield, there's really not much in the front line left here from Mr. GrapeJelly Man.
Yeah, no, it seems like it's kind of collapsing here as we see the front. There's not much, as you said, left. And yeah, there's the GG.
Yep, and holy crap. It's probably one of the best casts I've done in a while. That was insane, that match.
Yeah, that was an absolute insane game. I don't think I've ever casted one quite like that, Ring. A blast to talk about and watch unfold, and it's just it was dynamic to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, the replay really speaks for itself. The back and forthness of it, the crazy helicopter plays GrapeJelly Man was doing. By the end of the day, mech gang substance, doesn't matter what you do, they will grind you down eventually.
Yeah, they will, and that's just you gotta if you're gonna go against it with that kind of elite type of very elite infantry, very helo focused. You got to get the win early, I think, because the longer that game goes on, they grind you down, and you don't have as many VDV as he does 20-point shock infantry.
Yeah, you gotta snipe all the CVs, or you're not going to win.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
but a really fun game to cast by two great players, and it was a blast.
Yeah, indeed. Do you have anything else to say?
No, man, I appreciate it. It was great, great game. I look forward to next week.
Okay, lovely jubbly. Well, thank you very much for joining me once again, Graham. And for everyone at home, thanks for watching. And as usual, please just take it easy.